Today, today we start the new chapter, a new topic, moving charges and magnetism. This is one most weightage concept regarding the advanced level and as well as mains level. So be alert. Good. Remaining also, please respond. How many questions you are done? How many models we are not covered? I want that clarity. Because number of models, how many models we are covered, how many models we are not covered. If you give that type of numbering, then we can more work on next coming weeks. Maximum models we can cover, but in the complete question paper, how many models we are discussed in the class, how many models we are not discussed, you identify that things. So that's why if any models we are not covered, we will discuss that models. And the last week actually we are discussing only models, but material questions we are not attempted. Anyhow, this week onwards, that problem is not raising. We go properly, right? Okay. So next, we are going to take the next topic. Moving charges and magnetism, but we are taken particularly the subtopic is magnetic effects of electric current. Magnetic effects of electric current. Magnetic effects of electric current. Right. Now listen here. Magnetic effects of electric current. The experimentally, the first time in 16th century, the scientist Oersted experimentally observed that current carrying conductor is producing the magnetic field in the surrounding region. He was demonstrated experimentally by keeping one magnetic needle near the current carrying conductor. Then he observed that that needle is deflecting, and hence he concluded that current carrying conductor produces the magnetic field in its surrounding region. Okay, so that is called here magnetic effects of electric current. So therefore, we have to detailed discussion about that produced magnetic field by this electric current or current carrying conductor, right? So the first one is, the first point about this is this created magnetic field by the electric current is the direction of magnetic field B bar, which is produced by the current carrying conductor, is explained by one is here, that is what we are called, that law is, what is that we have to use to decide the direction of B bar is Ampere rule we can use, and other one is one rule we are called right hand rule. Second one is Ampere swimming rule. Ampere swimming rule. These are the two rules we have to use to define the direction of B bar due to the current carrying conductor. Due to direction of B bar due to the current carrying conductor, we can define by these two rules. First one is right hand rule. What is this right hand rule is? Suppose here this is one conductor, straight conductor carrying the current I current. This is a conductor carrying the current I current. Okay. So then this current carrying conductor in its surrounding region, it is producing the magnetic field. This magnetic field direction is in the direction of, so if you are keeping this current carrying conductor in our right hand such that if you are keeping the current carrying conductor in our right hand such that if the thumb direction is, if you are keeping the current carrying conductor along the thumb direction, then this four fingers wrapping direction. Suppose here, this is a current carrying conductor. If you are holding the current carrying conductor in the direction of current, so then this is the wrapping fingers direction. The wrapping fingers direction is indicates the magnetic field direction along this. So the magnetic field around the current carrying conductor is in a direction of wrapping fingers direction of right hand. Okay, so that is from right hand rule. So what is a right hand rule here? What is a right hand rule here? According to the right hand rule, if the current carrying conductor we are keeping in our right hand such that the direction of current is along the right hand thumb, so then the four fingers, the wrapping four fingers direction indicates the direction of magnetic field. Okay, so this is one rule we have to use it to specify the direction of current due to this current carrying conductor. Okay, and another one is Ampere swimming rule is one rule is there. So according to the Ampere swimming rule, if you are imagine a person is, suppose this is a current carrying conductor. So this current carrying conductor carrying the current in this direction. Now on the above of this current carrying conductor, we are imagine a person is swimming along the direction of current carrying conductor. So then the deflection of left hand of the swimmer, deflection of left hand of the swimmer. So this is the swimmer direction, then this is the left side. So the deflection of left hand of the swimmer is indicates the direction of magnetic field around the current carrying conductor. Okay, so therefore we can use these two laws to define the direction of magnetic field due to the current carrying conductor. Okay, right? I hope clear how to find the direction of B bar by using the right hand rule and Ampere swimming rule. Just you can note down the two statements. Theoretical statement, just you write down two statements. First one is regarding the magnetic effects of electric current. In the 16th century, the scientists Oersted experimentally observed that current carrying conductor producing the magnetic field in the surrounding region. So that is an experimental demonstration by Oersted. Then that created magnetic field by a current carrying conductor is explained by the two laws. Direction of B bar we can explain by the two laws, right hand rule and Ampere swimming rule. According to the right hand rule, if you are holding the current carrying conductor in our right hand such that thumb is along the direction of current, then wrapping fingers direction, the four fingers direction around the current carrying conductor. For example, this is a conductor carrying the current in upward direction, then our thumb is you are keeping along this direction. This four fingers direction is indicates the magnetic field direction around the current carrying conductor. So that is the right hand rule. And another one is Ampere rule, Ampere swimming rule. If you are imagine a person swimming above the current carrying conductor in the direction of current, then the deflection of left hand of the swimmer is the magnetic field direction. You remember these two statements regarding the direction of B bar. Okay. Now we go for the first point of magnetic effects of electric current. What is that here? Biot-Savart law. Biot-Savart law. This law is the experimental observation of the scientist Biot and Savart. So by using this Biot-Savart law, we can calculate the magnetic field induction due to the any current carrying conductor. According to the Weierstrass, current carrying conductor is producing the magnetic field. So here Biot-Savart law explains the magnetic field induction at any point due to the current carrying conductor, arbitrary current carrying conductor, any geometrical shape of conductor. So any arbitrary current carrying conductor. So to explain this Biot-Savart law, suppose here we are consider the arbitrary conductor, current carrying conductor. I am taken arbitrary. Arbitrary means in the sense that is any geometrical shape, arbitrary conductor. Okay. So this arbitrary conductor carrying the arbitrary conductor of certain length. It should having some length. Arbitrary conductor of some finite length carrying the current. Suppose here I current is carrying. Now due to this current carrying conductor, in its surrounding region, magnetic field is created. So this magnetic field magnitude is we can defined by using the Biot-Savart law. Suppose now due to this arbitrary current carrying conductor, suppose at one point in its surrounding region, I am chosen one point P. At the point P, the magnetic field induction due to this current carrying conductor, we have to calculate by using Biot-Savart law. So according to this Biot-Savart law, in this arbitrary conductor, you consider the small element. Out of this arbitrary conductor of certain length, here I am considered small element dl. dl is the small element of this conductor. So due to this small current element of this conductor, at the point P, the magnetic field induction we want to calculate. So from this small element to this point P, we draw the position vector. Suppose this point P from this small element of the current carrying conductor is at a position vector r bar. Okay. So here the angle between this current element, so this small element, current passing through this small element is called current element. The angle between this dl bar and this r bar is, if you consider the theta, so then the magnetic field induction at the point P due to this small element, due to this small current carrying element is dB. What is the dB here? dB is the magnetic field induction at the point P due to this small current element. Due to the small element of conductor, small current element of length dl. So this magnitude at the point P depends on current through that element, current passing through this element, magnetic field induction at the point P depends on magnitude of current passing through this small element. Similarly, it is proportional to length of the element, and it is inversely proportional to square of the distance, and it is proportional to the sine of angle between the dl bar and r bar. This is actually dl bar, small current element in the direction of current at this point, and this is r bar. So the magnetic field induction at the point P so here the magnetic field induction at the point P because of current through this small element is proportional to current through the element, proportional to length of the element, inversely proportional to square of the distance, directly proportional to sine theta angle between the dl bar and r bar. Therefore, I am writing here dB directly proportional to IDL sine theta I into dl into sine theta by r square. Okay. To remove the proportionality, we take the constant of proportionality. So here that constant of proportionality is here mu naught by 4 pi. Mu naught by 4 pi. Mu naught is the permeability of vacuum. Actually, this arbitrary conductor we are kept in the vacuum. So here constant of proportionality here mu naught by 4 pi into IDL sine theta by r square. Okay. What is this expression is here? The magnetic field induction at the point P due to this small current element, only due to this small current element of length dl bar at the point P is mu naught by 4 pi into IDL sine theta by r square. You know, in this expression you have the sine theta term. Sine theta is the angle between the dl bar and r bar. When the sine angle is there, sine theta angle is there, then that is related to the cross product or vector product. Therefore, I can write this is in vector form. So this is the magnitude dB at the point P, magnetic field induction at the point P because of this small element. Because of only this small element of the conductor is this is in vector form. That is, you can take mu naught by 4 pi. In vector form, when I am writing I dl bar cross r bar by r cube, we are getting. When you are writing in vector form, this is expression for magnetic field induction at the point P due to this small element. I dl bar cross r bar by r cube. Okay. So here the cross product between the dl bar and r bar. dl bar, this is a dl bar. dl bar is a vector at this point in the direction of current. So dl bar and this is r bar. I dl bar cross r bar by r cube. Okay, now you tell me what is the direction now at this point P? What is the field direction here? What is the at this point P? The magnetic field induction magnitude is this much. What is the direction of that field here? Suppose now this is this conductor is in this vertical plane. This conductor is in this vertical plane. So now at the point P, this conductor, this current carrying conductor created magnetic field direction from the vector product rule. From the vector product rule, dB bar is the cross product of dl bar and r bar. From the cross product of rule or vector product of rule, dB bar is the cross product of dl bar and r bar. So dB bar is perpendicular to dl bar, perpendicular to r bar, and perpendicular to this plane of dl bar and r bar. So this is dl bar, this is r bar, this is in a plane, vertical plane. So this dB bar is perpendicular to this plane, perpendicular to r bar, perpendicular to dl bar. So by using the right hand rule, by using the right hand thumb rule, dl bar to cross product rule, DL bar to R bar, wrapping our right hand. So then thumb direction is inward into the plane. So therefore here at the point P, the magnetic field induction is into the plane perpendicularly inward. So now due to this current carrying conductor at any point on this side, when the point position is taken anywhere this side, so that is when you're taking the DL bar to R bar inward, so here in this side you are getting the magnetic field is inward magnetic field. If you take the point in this side, what are getting? Suppose if I'm choosing some point this side, DL bar is this one, point is here, DL bar to R bar outside. So now this side, because of this current carrying conductor, this side magnetic field is outward magnetic field is there. Outward magnetic field is created. This side is inward magnetic field is created. Okay. Right. So now this is actually dB bar is the magnetic field induction in vector form at a point P because of small element. This expression is called Biot-Savart's law. What is the Biot-Savart's law? According to the Biot-Savart's law, at any point magnetic field induction due to the current carrying conductor, small element of current carrying conductor is proportional to current through that element, proportional to its length, inversely proportional to square of the distance, and directly proportional to sine theta. Then dB is equal to IDL sine theta by R square. Then dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into IDL sine theta by R square. Then this is when you are converting into vector form. Already we are told conversions scalar form, vector form. So when you are taken in vector form, this is expression mu naught by 4 pi into IDL bar cross R bar by R cube. So this is magnetic field induction at the point P because of small element. Now I want at this point P total magnetic field induction because of whole conductor. Same, I can make calculations for small elements. When I'm taking the small elements from year to year, I get the whole conductor. I can make the field induction at the point B because of all small elements, integration. So therefore now I want the total magnetic field at the point B due to this arbitrary current carrying conductor. The next step is we want to calculate the magnetic field induction at the point B due to this whole conductor. Whole conductor, the magnetic field magnitude is integration dB. This is equal to integration mu naught by 4 pi. Mu naught by 4 pi. This is IDL sine theta by R square. This is the expression for magnitude of magnetic field induction at the point P due to this arbitrary conductor, arbitrary current carrying conductor. When you want in vector form, so then this is the magnitude. When you want in vector form, B bar is equal to integration dB bar. So integration dB bar, what is the expression here? This is so mu naught by 4 pi I dl bar cross R bar by R cube. So this is in vector form. So this is one important law. By using this Biot-Savart law, we are able to calculate magnetic field induction due to the current carrying conductor. Any type of current carrying conductor. Due to the any current carrying conductor, the magnetic field induction at one point due to the current carrying conductor, we can calculate by using the Biot-Savart law. So therefore, this is one of the most important law to measure the calculations of magnetic field induction due to the current carrying conductor. Okay, right? Note down just statement. Very simple statement. According to the Biot-Savart's law, the magnetic field induction at any point due to current carrying conductor is proportional to, you make this equation. That is enough. Okay, right? So these expressions you remember, you consider this is expression 1. This is expression 2. This is expression 3. This is expression 4. Expression 1 indicates magnetic field induction at one point due to the small element in scalar form. This is a Boyd-Savart's law in scalar form. This is a Boyd-Savart's law in vector form for small element. Field due to the small element. Now field due to the whole conductor. At the point B, magnetic field induction due to the whole conductor. These are the scalar form expression. This is a vector form expression, right? Are you clear? Now I am taking the applications of Boyd-Savart law. Actually, this is we can use it to calculating a magnetic field induction due to the any arbitrary conductor. Now I am applying this Boyd-Savart's law to different cases. Applications of Boyd-Savart law. Applications. So what is your application we are taking? The first application is we want to calculate the magnetic field induction due to a straight current carrying conductor. Suppose here magnetic field induction calculating of B due to straight current carrying conductor. Straight current carrying conductor. There is a straight current carrying conductor. Because of that current carrying conductor, we want to calculate the magnetic field induction. So due to the straight current carrying conductor, we want to calculate the magnetic field induction using the Boyd-Savart's law. Suppose here, this is a straight current carrying conductor of finite length. This is a straight conductor. AB is a straight conductor of length, certain length, right? And this is carrying the current, suppose I current is carrying. Okay. Now, because of this straight current carrying conductor, due to this current carrying conductor, we want to find the magnetic field induction at one point in a perpendicular distance from this current carrying conductor. From this current carrying conductor at a perpendicular distance. Suppose at a perpendicular distance, R distance, what is this is at R distance. From this straight current carrying conductor in a perpendicular direction at R distance at point P, I want to calculate the magnetic field induction due to this current carrying conductor. Okay. Where you have to find the point P here? Point P is in a perpendicular direction, at R distance on a perpendicular direction from the current carrying conductor. Now, after identifying the point, you make the upper, you can join that point to either ends of the current carrying conductor. Okay. So here you consider this end is making an angle alpha. This end, this bottom end is making an angle beta. Again here we are considered this is a reference point. So and you consider this is a reference line. Above the reference line, this angle measurement is positive and this angle below measurement is negative. So this becomes a minus beta. Sign convention, this angle is negative and this angle is positive, right? So now, due to this current carrying conductor at the point P, we want to calculate the magnetic field induction. To find the magnetic field induction at the point P, because of this whole conductor, let me first of all, I am taken field at the point P due to the small element. Suppose here I am considered one small element. This is a small element of length. Suppose this length is here. I am considered this element, element I am considered the small element in this conductor of length dl. This element is from this reference point. this point P where intersecting on the conductor, current carrying conductor, that is I am consider the reference point on the conductor, current carrying conductor. Suppose this is at a distance of L distance. This is located at a L distance from O, and this point, this element is making an angle, let us suppose theta angle, and this is oriented, this small element is oriented in the angle of d theta. Okay, so now this small element of this conductor is at an angle theta angle to the point P. So what is this element? Now this is this angle is theta. This is 90 degrees. Then this angle is how much? For this element, this angle is this is theta. This is 90. This angle is what? 90 minus theta. This angle is 90 minus theta. Now, because of this small element at the point P, we want to calculate the magnetic field induction. So, from this element to this point P, we draw the position vector. So, this is what we are called R bar. You consider this is a position vector R bar. Okay. This is a position vector R bar, right? So, you consider this distance is capital R. This point is at R distance, and you can consider this distance is R bar. Okay, right. Now at the point B, because of this small element, because of this small current element, the magnetic field induction is dB. What is the angle between the now? This is a DL bar, this is R bar. What is the angle between this DL bar and R bar? This is R bar, this is DL bar. So this is 90 minus theta. Then this angle is what? This angle is 90 plus theta. Okay. Now at the point P, because of this DL bar, the magnetic field induction is dB. From the Biot-Savart's law, at the point P, due to this small current carrying element, the magnetic field induction is dB. So dB is equal, what can I write? dB is equal, what can I write? From the magnetic field due to current carrying conductor, that is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into I dl, I into dl into sine theta. What is the theta here? Theta is angle between the DL bar and R bar. This is R bar and this is DL bar. Angle is, this is 90 plus theta. So I dl sine theta, theta is here 90 plus theta. So I dl sine theta by R square. What is R here? What is this value here? So this is L and this is R. This is L and you can take this is small r. So then what is this distance you are getting? L square plus R square. This is root over L square plus R square, whole square na. You get this is L square and R square. Okay. Right. So at the point P, because of this small element is mu naught by 4 pi I dl sine 90 plus theta by L square plus R square. Then further simple, did you following or not? Can I go? Did you following or not? So now dB is equal to further simplification. This is mu naught by 4 pi into I dl sine 90 plus theta. Sine 90 plus theta means cos theta. Okay, right? By L square plus R square. Okay, this is L square plus R square asterisk, right? Now to make the further simplification, after getting up this one, you consider this is triangle OP, and this point where the element DL is there, that point I am considered the M. Now for the triangle OPM, in triangle OPM, right? In the triangle OPM, I am taken tan theta, OPM. This is theta. For this theta, I am taken the tan theta. Tan theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So OM by OM opposite by adjacent, OM by OM by OP. Okay. OM is this L value, OP is this R value. Therefore, tan theta is equal to, you are getting L by R. Then L is equal to what you are getting? R tan theta, right? So tan theta is equal to L by R, then L is equal to R tan theta. When this element position is changing, this element length is changing. So now for this, I am taking the differentiation. L is equal to R tan theta. When you are taking the conductor element is varying, length of the conductor is varying, choosing the element. So I am taking the differentiation. Then dl is equal to, take the differentiation, partial differentiation. L is equal to R tan theta. Then dl is equal to R constant. This point position is constant. When element position is changing, theta is changing, this length is changing. So L and theta are variable. dl is equal to R into d by dt of tan theta, that is equal to secant square theta into d theta. So dl value, we are getting this expression, right? So now I am going to substitute this dl value here, dl value and L value. This is, you can consider equation 1, and here these two expressions you can consider equation 2. L is equal to R tan theta and dl is equal to R secant square theta are the two expressions from this right angle triangle. Then I am using equation 2 in 1. Using equation 2 in 1, what we are getting here further, dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi. dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi. See here, regarding this, what is the dB bar actually? dB bar vector form, dB bar is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl bar cross R bar by R cube na. This is vector form na. Here angle is angle between the dl bar and R bar. In the expression of dB is equal to mu naught by ideal sin theta, the theta is the angle between the dl bar and R bar. What is R bar? R bar is the position vector, the point P position vector from dl bar. This is R bar. This is dl bar. But our point is P. This point P with respect to this reference line is, this angle is theta. Here this is 90. So then this angle is how much? For this right angle triangle, this angle is 90 minus theta. Then what is angle here? This for this and this angle is how much? 90 plus theta. In the dB bar expression, angle is angle between the dl bar and R bar. R bar is, this is R bar, not this is R bar. Position of point P from the dl bar element is R bar. So this is R bar. So this is dl bar. This angle is 90 plus theta. Or otherwise I can draw once again. If you want a little bit confusion, you can see again. This is actual finite conductor AB. Here we want to find the field at one point in perpendicular direction. So from this perpendicular direction to this conducting wire, we draw the one line. Where it is intercepting, that point is O. Okay, right. Now from this point O, I am considered the small element. This is a dl bar. Actually, in this conductor, this is a direction. In this conductor, this is a current flowing A to B. So in the conductor, I am considered the small element dl bar. In the direction of current, this is a dl bar. This dl bar is located from this O is at a distance L distance. Where it is located, that point I am considered M. Right? Now this is a dl bar direction. Now due to this dl bar element at the point P, I want the field. So from this small element to this point, I draw the position vector. This is R bar. Okay. Actually, this element with this direction is making an angle theta. Here this angle is 90 degrees. This angle, you know, because this is a right angle triangle, this is 90, this is theta, this is 90 minus theta. Actually, this angle is 90 minus theta. But in our expression, the angle between what? DL bar and R bar. This is R bar. This is DL bar. You want this angle. This angle is 90 plus theta. Okay. I hope now you are understand. This point is actually we are considered as distances. We consider this distance is R distance. So what is the magnitude of R bar is root over L square plus R square. Okay. Right. Now, so I'm going to substitute. This is expression. So mu naught by 4 pi DL value. What is the DL value from this element position from triangle? Tan theta I am taken. Tan theta is equal to L by R. Then L is equal to R tan theta. Element position changing. I am taking the differentiation. DL is equal to R secant square theta d theta. So then I am substituting here mu naught by 4 pi DL value. DL value what you are getting? R secant square theta d theta. DL value R secant square theta d theta. I only. I into DL into cos theta by L square plus R square. L is equal to R tan theta. L square is equal to, I can write R square tan square theta plus R square plus R square. Okay. Then further simplification in the denominator. So R square tan square theta plus R square. So in the next step, I am taken mu naught by 4 pi into I into R into secant square theta d theta into cos theta by in the denominator R square plus R square take common. R square take common. I am taking the R square outside. R square take outside 1 plus tan square theta. 1 plus tan square theta means the secant square theta. So therefore secant square theta cancel. Then here 1 R and R cancel. Remaining term is what? Mu naught by 4 pi I cos theta d theta by R. So in the next expression I am taken here dB is equal to what we are getting, the remaining is mu naught by 4 pi of I cos theta d theta by R. R is constant, so take outside. I is constant, take outside. So mu naught I by 4 pi R. Mu naught I by 4 pi R into cos theta d theta. What is this is? This is a magnetic field induction at the point P due to this small element. Such elements to get the magnetic field at the point P due to whole conductor. Such elements field due to the such elements you take from this point, this end to this end. This end we are considered A and this end we are considered the B. When this element is here, so then theta is equal to alpha. When this element is here, theta is equal to what is the theta here? When element is here, theta is minus beta. When element is here, theta is plus. So I want total magnetic field induction at the point P due to this whole conductor. I can adding all the elements magnetic field, that is integration dB, right? Integration dB mu naught I by 4 pi are constant. Mu naught I by 4 pi are constant. Then integration cos theta d theta. When this element is here, lower limit is, what is the lower limit? Minus beta. Similarly, when this element is at upper end, the limit is alpha, plus alpha. Okay. So then integration cos theta d theta limits from minus beta to alpha. Integration cos theta, what you're getting? Integration cos theta is sin theta. Okay. So therefore, mu naught I by 4 pi R. This is integration cos theta is sin theta. Limits from minus beta to alpha. Okay. So then what is the expression you are getting? The final expression B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi R alpha, sine alpha minus sine alpha minus sine minus of beta. Sine alpha minus sine minus of beta. What you are getting here? Sine alpha plus sine beta. So this is the expression to find the field at the point P, which is at a r perpendicular distance from the finite current carrying conductor. This point is making an angle with upper end and lower end is alpha and beta angle. Then expression is B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r into sine alpha plus sine beta. What is the direction is here? Here the at this point P, because of this current carrying conductor field, which direction? DL bar to R bar, DL bar to R bar, inward. So this side total you get inward magnetic field. This side it is creating the inward magnetic field into the plane. Whereas this side outward magnetic field. So this side it is creating outward magnetic field outward, and here this side inward. Means around this current carrying conductor, this side is inward field is there. So then its side is outward field is there. So it should be constitutes the field lines are closed loop lines. Due to that here entering, here it is leaving. Okay, right. So final expression what we are getting? Magnetic field induction due to the straight current carrying conductor. You are getting the expression is B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r of sine alpha plus beta. What is alpha beta here? Alpha beta are the angles made by the point with the upper end and lower end of the current carrying conductor. You note down this one. So you remember when current carrying conductor is given to you, integration cos theta. Integration cos theta is sin theta. Integration cos theta is sin theta when you are applying the limits. This is integration cos theta d theta. You get the integration cos theta is sin theta. Limits you are applied. Minus beta to alpha. So final expression is mu naught I by 4 pi r of sine alpha plus sine beta. This is for this due to this current carrying conductor at the point P, magnetic field induction. Aniket, I didn't understand your question. Sin theta, you repeat once again that question. When we consider the sin theta, I didn't getting your point. Aniket?
Sir.
Tell me.
Sir, when we consider sin theta and integrate, sir, we'll get cos alpha minus cos beta, no, sir?
Okay. Here, in the expression, in the integration, what are left over here?
Cos theta.
That integration cos theta, what you're getting?
Sir, in other books it is given as it is sin theta only,
yes,
sir.
Listen. That's why I'm clearly telling to you. What is here we are calculating? dB bar while you are taking, dB bar is IDL bar cross R bar. There in the books, what they are taken, this angle they are taken actually. But here by definition, dB bar is equal to IDL bar cross R bar, means angle between the DL bar and R bar. This is DL bar, this is R bar. Particularly in this configuration, for this configuration, the DL bar and R bar angle is here 90 plus theta. We are substituting that 90 plus theta only in the expression. In the expression, that is ideal sin theta actual expression. In that expression, theta value I am substituting. Theta value how much here? 90 plus theta. So sin 90 plus theta, you are getting cos theta. Then after integrating of cos theta, you are getting the final expression is sin theta. In the final formula, you have the sin expression only, sin theta only. Clear?
Yes, sir.
There, little bit you are confusing actually regarding the representation of angles. When you are reading the book, you are confusing. You don't go for that confusion. Just very simple. In vector form, dv bar is defined as IDL bar mu naught by 4 pi IDL bar cross r bar by r cube. In the expression, what you are getting, IDL sin theta by r square. This is expression. Now, you remember only one point, just vector product rule. That is the angle between the DL bar and R bar. You can go and check in that book only what is the existing angle between the DL bar and R bar. So when you are checking that, whatever the book you are reading, the angle between the DL bar and R bar, definitely you get this only. Okay? Right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. So now, finally, we are getting the expression field at the point P due to this B is mu naught I by 4 pi r of sin alpha plus sin beta. Now, using this relation, we can give for different cases. We can give the expressions for different cases. When the point is on the along the wire, when the point is symmetric to the wire, when point is above the wire, when point is below the wire, in different positions, when point is at different positions, what is the field expression we are getting, right? Okay, you note down this expression. Next, so you remember the final expression due to the current carrying conductor, straight current carrying conductor, you are getting the expression at any point due to the finite current carrying conductor is mu naught I by 4 pi r of sin alpha plus sin beta. You can keep in your mind for a long time, like the standard formulas how you are remembering F is equal to ma. You try to remember like that for this field calculations, right? So now I want to calculate of due to current carrying conductor. Now I am considering the next point is point field at the current carrying conductor at the symmetric point. At the symmetric point, B at a symmetric point from where? From current carrying wire. Symmetric point means what? Symmetric point means that point is symmetrically located to either points. For example, this is our wire AB, our finite current carrying wire of length. How much length? This wire length is suppose L length, right? This L length wire in this vertical plane is there. Now I am choosing the symmetric point from current carrying wire. Symmetric point means that point is at geometrically mid. This point is at midpoint on the wire midpoint. Suppose this is O. Okay, then this is L by 2. OA is L by 2 and OP is L by 2. Symmetrically located in bisector line. So then when it is located symmetrically to this wire AB, then obviously the angle made by the point with upper end and lower end angle is same angle making, because symmetric location. This angle is theta. Now this angle is theta. Okay. Now this is the case. I am choosing the point is symmetric point to the given wire. So then now here alpha is equal to beta is equal to theta, right? So then at the point P, magnetic field induction I want to calculate BP, magnetic field induction at the point P, right? What is the expression? That is equal to mu naught I by, what is the expression we are getting for finite current carrying conductor? Mu naught I by 4 pi r of sin alpha plus sin beta, right? Here alpha is equal to beta is equal to theta. Therefore, Vp is equal to, you are getting mu naught I by 4 phi r of sin theta plus sin theta. You get 2 sin theta. Okay. Now I am considered, this is one triangle, OAP triangle I am considered. From triangle OAP, I can calculate the sin theta. So because here at the point, symmetric point, now point P is a symmetric point. That symmetric point making a equal angle to the either sides of the current carrying conductor, either ends of current carrying conductor. Therefore, sin theta is equal to, you are getting here, what you are getting, sin theta is equal to opposite for this triangle, opposite L by 2 by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse this one now. This is root over L by 2 whole square plus this distance is, we are taken R. So then this is R square. Okay. Then what you are getting here, this is root over L square plus 4R square by root over 4. You can get 2 to cancel. Then sin theta is equal to, you are getting here L by root over 4 square L square plus 4R square. This is a sin theta expression. So you substitute here. Then what you are getting, the field at the point P is Vp is equal to, you are getting mu naught I by 4 phi r of 2 into sin theta. Sin theta is here L by root over L square plus 4R square. They are given to you. What they are given to you? The length of the current carrying conductor is given, right? And what is the current flowing through the conductor is given. Point P, the distance, point P distance R is given. When point P is symmetrically to this finite current carrying conductor, at the point P, the magnetic field induction. Okay. Then what is the direction here, inward or outward? This point, at the point P, magnetic field is inward or outward? This is inward. When you choose in this point is this side, this point is this side, outward. Okay. So now due to the finite current carrying conductor at the symmetric point, the magnetic field induction. Okay, right. Next, next I am taken, now the point is, now you tell me, next point I am considered B at a point along the current carrying conductor. B at a point along current carrying conductor. Now I am choosing the point is along the current carrying conductor. B at a point along the current carrying conductor. Current carrying conductor. So what we are getting? Now choose the position, same again. This is the given current carrying conductor A, B bar of length L length. Now due to this current carrying conductor, I want the field at a point on its line. Suppose I am choosing a point on the line of the conductor. I am choosing a point in a line of conductor. This is a point P. Now I am consider the point P on line of conductor. Then when I am taken the small element, this is a small element of DL bar. So the angle between the DL bar and R bar, what you are getting? This is R bar and this is DL bar. So DL bar and R bar both are along the same direction. So when both are in the same direction, what is the magnet? What is the field induction? Sin theta na dB is equal to, here dB is equal to mu naught I by 4 phi r of magnitude is equal to mu naught I dl, or you can go for expressions here. So mu naught I by 4 phi r of sin alpha plus sin beta na. What are the angles you are getting? Angles you are getting, one is 0 and one is 180. So when the position is here, first case alpha is equal to 0 and other position for this one angle is 180. So here alpha is equal to 0 degrees and beta is equal to 180 degrees. Sin 0, 0, sin 180 is 0. Then dB is equal to 0. So when you are choosing the point on the line of current carrying conductor, on the line of current carrying conductor, the magnetic field created by the current carrying conductor is 0. Okay, this is one case, right? Next, this is a third case. Next, now you tell me. Now I am considered. So I am considered the three cases for finite conductor. Finite current carrying conductor of length L. I am considered one point arbitrary point. One point is symmetric point. One point is on the line of conductor. And the next time considered infinite conductor, infinite current carrying conductor. When we are considered the infinite current carrying conductor, now the next one is fourth one, magnetic field induction at any point due to the infinite current carrying conductor. Infinite current carrying conductor. Infinite current carrying conductor. Suppose here, this is actually finite current carrying conductor. Na? When it is becomes infinite, length is very long. A long length conductor, long length current carrying conductor is becomes infinite. Now this is infinite current carrying conductor you have. Due to this infinite current through this infinite conductor, current is carrying. Suppose I current is carrying. Now, because of this infinite current carrying conductor, at one point you want to find the field induction. So where you have to find the field induction to the, from that point to this conductor, you draw the perpendicular. Suppose this point is r perpendicular distance at r perpendicular distance. Now to find the field at the point P, from that point you join this point to upper end of the conductor, join to the lower end of the conductor. When you are joining the upper end, when you joining this point to the upper end of the conductor, this is infinite. So this point is going to like this. So here angle making is how much? Angle making is alpha is equal to 5/2. Same thing when you are joining to bottom end is also infinite. So this is also beta is equal to 5/2. So now for infinite current carrying conductor, then alpha and beta is equal to 5/2. Now we can use the magnetic, now you can use the field expression. B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r. From the Biot-Savart's law, at any point due to the current carrying conductor is mu naught I by 4 pi r of sine alpha plus sine beta. Na? So therefore, you are getting here mu naught I by 4 pi r as is mu naught I by 4 pi r. Okay. Now here, for the infinite current carrying conductor, alpha beta are 90 degrees, sine 90. This is sine 90 plus this is sine 90. So therefore, sine 90 is equal to 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So therefore, you are getting this is mu naught I by 4 phi r into 2. 2 1 ja, 2 2 ja. So you are getting mu naught I by 2 phi r. Field at r perpendicular distance from infinite current carrying conductor. Field at r perpendicular distance from infinite current carrying conductor is you are getting mu naught I by 4 phi r. Now you tell me the next case, if I am taking the semi-infinite, next fifth one I am considered field induction due to the semi-infinite. Semi-infinite means what? Point is at one end, point is at one end, other end is infinite. Other end is infinite, means semi-infinite. Now, semi-infinite current carrying conductor, field due to the semi-infinite current carrying conductor. Semi-infinite current carrying conductor. In the case of semi-infinite current carrying conductor, suppose we are getting like this. This is a point A. Now, this is a one end is finite, the other end is infinite. other end is infinite, one end is finite. Now point is at finite end. Point is at finite end. So now this point is from finite end at a distance of r distance. Okay. Now this is a semi-infinite. In the case of semi-infinite current carrying wire, point is an finite end. At the finite end, the other side, other end is infinite end. So now this is a position. Now for this position, you tell me what are the angles for this semi-infinite. So now this point, first end is here. So upper end is this one. So upper end is alpha, making angle alpha. So therefore alpha is equal to 5/2. And the bottom end is here only. So that is beta is equal to 0. So for semi-infinite current carrying wire, alpha is equal to 5/2, beta is equal to 0. Then what you are getting, the field at the point P. So field at the point B is equal to, same, using mu naught I by 4 pi r of sine alpha plus beta. So that's why this is the standard formula. You keep remember in your mind, like the fundamental formula. You remember whenever the current carrying conductor there, you are able to calculate the field induction by this expression. That's why that you can keep in your mind. Mu naught I by 4 pi r sine alpha plus sine beta, right? So therefore mu naught I by 4 pi r of alpha for this semi-infinite current carrying conductor, alpha is equal to what you are getting here, 5/2, beta is equal to 0 you are getting. So therefore sine 90, this is sine 90, this is sine 0. So therefore you are getting mu naught I by 4 pi r. So field at a point P due to the semi-infinite current carrying conductor, you are getting mu naught I by 4 pi r. Here this is mu naught I by 2 pi r. Okay. Right. So you try to remember how we are calculating here magnetic field induction due to the current carrying conductor by using the Biot-Savart's law. So Biot-Savart's law is the most fundamental one in magnetic effects of electric current, because wherever you want to calculate the magnetic field induction due to the current carrying conductor, what type of conductor, irrespective of shape of the current carrying conductor, we are calculating the magnetic field induction magnitude and direction using the Biot-Savart's law. That's why this is one most fundamental one in magnetic effects of the current. So that's why how we are going to calculate for different cases the magnetic field induction and its magnitude, right? This is regarding the semi-infinite, and we have some other cases. Okay. Any doubts related to these things, discussion about this calculation of magnetic field induction? And from the day one only, whatever the mock test portion for weekend, last week I told one thing to you. What is that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days, whatever the week test you can, mock test syllabus you can work out. And by the Thursday, what are the models or what are the problems you are unable to solving, that problems you can send to me by the WhatsApp or by the chat box. And those models you are unable to solving, that models I discuss at least for half an hour or 1 hour in that week. So then obviously that models can help to you in while you are attempting the exam on Sunday. So every week at least 4 to 5 members you can put your doubts. At least 5 members, each one at least a few doubts. What are the models you are not solving? That models you can post me by WhatsApp. Then that we will discuss in Thursday, Friday we will discuss. Then Saturday you can time to work out on that models. During the regarding that is mock test preparation, and simultaneously whatever our week schedule that we have to follow. Okay, I hope all of you do that what we are telling, and this week at least 4 members you can post your problems, right? Thank you.